Good morning. How you doing, everybody? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by every week. Thank you for supporting me, supporting my channel. Thank you for all you channel members out there. Really appreciate you. I'm in a bad spot, and I'm doing everything that I can. I'm working as much as I can, doing everything that I can to try and survive until this coming month, when things are definitely going to get better. There's a GoFundMe link in the chat. I hate asking for help. I've had some wonderful people in this community help out already, which has definitely got me through as far as I have. But if you could share out that link on your social media, if you could throw me $5, whatever it is that you could do on that, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, thank you guys so much for being here. And look, sometimes things happen in our lives, whether they're choices that we've done ourselves, the faith we put in others that maybe shouldn't have been done. It is what it is. But I really appreciate you. If you share out that on your social, give me a hand, give a brother a boost. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let's get this started. Where's the opening?
And the ape stood and became man.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Fade in.
Vaginas in the rain.
Funny, she doesn't look Jewish.
I am McLovin.
What is he doing? Come on, man.
That's a big Twinkie.
Is this some kind of bust?
Well, it's very impressive, yes, but we need to ask you a few questions.
God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day.
Yeah, you fucking.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
Your bargaining posture is highly dubious.
You know what your problem is? You're putting the pussy on a pedestal.
That's the second time I've heard that. What is the pussy on a pedestal thing?
Yup.
Prepare ship for ludicrous speed.
Papyrus. Rolling papyrus.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes!
They'll be excellent to each other every time that you can. I was out in the sun a lot lately. I am burnt. I got really burnt. Guys, put on protective sunscreen, especially if you're in states where there's a lot of sun. Florida, the sun has no mercy. Hail to the chat. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming through. Apex Comics is here. What's up, Apex? Good to see you. Phil TMNT, what's up, dude? See you all the time all over your social media. Man, keep rocking it. Riot Kitty is here. What's up, Riot Kitty? Good to see you. Thank you for coming by. CJH channel member, greetings. Rewatching Peter Jackson's King Kong. I'll be honest with you, I never watched it. Is it any good? I've never even watched it. So I got up this morning, got coffee. Someone took mercy on me and bought me coffee this morning. And I was reading this article. The ScreenRant article, just I'm reading through anything just to pass the time. And God, this article is so full of shit. So full of shit. Don't know what to do. What's up, Nano? What's up, Nano Reaper? How you doing, man? The worst summer I ever got was skiing in Wyoming. Really? Damn, in Wyoming. What's up, Brutal? Good to see you, man. It's good. What'd you say? It's really good. Back when entertainment was good. Well, I mean, that's a long time ago, my brother. 70%. 70% Apex? Ew, I need 100%. I need 110%, bro. It's crazy as shit. Death by Saber says I worked the night shift. This is too early for me. I gotta get up. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. 3 hours long. I mean, I don't mind if a movie's good. I don't mind watching 2-3 hours. So, but yeah. So I started reading the ScreenRant article, and it's just so full of shit. This is so misguided. There are still people out there trying to spin, I guess, their particular narrative on what happened with Disney Star Wars. And so this past weekend, I got a chance to meet geeks and gamers. I got a chance to meet Jeremy for the first time. I've been on live streams with him, but I actually got to see him. I actually got to sit and chill with Ryan Cannell. It was pretty cool. You know, because I saw that dude rise up from no subs. Like I remember being like one of his first 10 subs, you know, the whole community when we first started, the fellowship, whatever everybody's called, the fellowship, whatever everybody's calling it. I'm not making fun of it. It's just, you know, just the divide that has happened between people like wanting to distance themselves from certain words and terms because it's far left or it's used by, you know, leftists or whatever. It's whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. You know, community seems like an all right word to me, but fellowship, we'll just say fellowship. And like when we first started coming together, when a lot of us started out, like 2018. You know, I remember seeing Ryan come up. Like I remember Drunk coming up. You know, when he had less subs than me, and he's killing it. Look at him out there with movie stars. I love my boy Jay. I love Jay. Got to meet Steph, My Nerdy Home. Guys, if you're not subscribed to My Nerdy Home, please do. She's fantastic. Like in person, you can get an idea of who a person is across the YouTube screen. And we all kind of, well, a lot of us, we project a certain ego or personality. You know, you've got to be boisterous. You've got to entertain when you're making a YouTube channel. And so there's always that element of uncertainty as to whether someone is being completely real or however you perceive real. But getting a chance to meet some of those people was pretty badass. I never thought I'd ever talk to Kristanova. Kristanova was a doll. She was absolutely cool, man. She was a very, very cool person. Siobhan is awesome. Josiah Rises was there. Josiah looks so different in real life as opposed to, like, you know, seeing him on live streams. I didn't even recognize till I was leaving, and I was like walking away from everybody going, oh shit, that was Josiah. And I really wish I'd had a chance to say hi to him. But you get an idea who some of these people are, because in a way, when you're a YouTuber, in a way you're acting, you know, and I don't mean being fake, but I just mean like you're putting on a show, you're being entertaining. And especially with the way that things work, when you go through, you know, you've got to do the grind, when you've got to commit to the grind, and your channel has a certain flow or a certain way about it, you get an idea who a person is that may not be exactly who they are, or, you know, depending on your bias, depending on how you see people. I have to say, I sat down, when I was sitting down with Ryan, I had a chance to sit down with Ryan for like 10 minutes. I'm sitting there with him, and I'm like, dude, you're not like I thought you was going to be. And he's like, I thought you was going to be a lot more obnoxious and loud. And he said, well, I'm trying to have a private conversation, so I'm not being loud. But I asked him, I said, you know, I said, how'd you do it, man? How'd you get up to 140,000 subs? That's beautiful. You know, I got to see that growth, you know, with a lot of these people. I got to see this growth all the way up. And he said, commit to the grind. So any YouTubers out there, anybody watching this later, any guys in the chat, commit yourself to the grind. Oh shit, there's Ruben. So let me say this about my man Ruben, right? The very first time I ever had anybody go, yo, it's author Stephen Walton, was Ruben. Ruben, thank you, dude. That made me feel like $1 million. I was trying to find everybody. I'm walking through Universal Studios. I'm trying to find a group. I had to call Ryan. I ain't talked to Ryan in like a year. I had to call Ryan. Where is everybody? Because Jay's not answering his phone. Because Jay was actually working at the convention. He was doing some other things. And he gave me directions, and so I'm like, you know, walking through like a freaking tourist, trying to find my way through and get to everybody. And all of a sudden, Ruben stops me. Steve, it's me, it's Ruben. I was like, yo, got a chance to talk to him. Got a chance to talk to somebody in the chat. That is an awesome experience, guys. I know some of you out there. I know Death by Saber does a lot of traveling and gets a chance to talk to people. But I've never really been to a meetup. I never had a chance to meet up with anybody or, you know, see anybody like that outside of what we do. And Ruben stopping me and just wanting to talk was phenomenal. Also, I met a couple of the guys. There was a channel. Oh my God, I subscribed to them right there. Latinos of Gaming, something Machine Gun Latinos of Gaming. I can't remember their name. I got to check them out. Great people. Odin was pretty cool. you know, getting it, but you know, I don't want to get too much into that. Like, it's just a really cool experience for me. I want to say that the idea that we get of people on live streams or on shows is not necessarily who a person is in real life. Like, well, I mean, like, as like just chilling, just hanging out and having a good time. And I'm sure that, you know, everybody there, the Geeks and Gamers crew, is like, there's a fan meetup, so they're putting on, you know, the best face and whatnot. But I had a chance to just talk, just have conversations with some of these cats. They're cool people. They're good people. But that was a pretty awesome experience. Ruben, it was so cool. I mean, Freeze Peach Gaming, y'all. Freeze Peach Gaming is an awesome dude. I want to work with that cat more. Rogue Disney's a pretty awesome guy, man. It's just there's a kind of excitement that you get, kind of excitement in the air when you're around other people who do what we do, and getting a chance to meet fans or subscribers or, you know, whatever, people, really. That was a really fun experience. Steph made sure to give me I don't even know where to put this. I'd have put it somewhere, but I don't even know where to put it where it would show up, like in the background. You wouldn't even be able to see it. Also, shout out to my people. Shout out to Vinny, who just had his books come in. Shout out to Kracken just come in, and he's been working on this hard as hell. You know, another thing about operating with other YouTubers behind the scenes is understanding what they go through, their ebb and flow, what they work on, how difficult it is for them to get where they're at, and, you know, if to just do their thing. And Vinny's one of those people. Vinny Tartamella, guys, please subscribe to him and be good. I'm gonna check out the super chat. I promise I'm gonna get to the chat. And I'm going to talk about this article, really, because I just woke up. Ruben, my love to you, brother. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there. And dude, you're the very first fan to ever, you know, get a chance to see me and interact with me. And that was a great experience, man. Excitement and everything. My love to you, brother. My love to you. Anyhow, so I'm going to get to this article. I swear, I just woke up and read this thing. I was just like, all right. The reason I'm reading it today is because I had asked Ryan his advice on something. I said, you know, what? Because I've kind of over the last year, just, you know, some things happened. Got involved with some things, persons that I just should have never done, you know, and that threw me off course. So I was asking Ryan. I was like, hey, how do you get to 140,000 subs? How do you do that? And he says, you got to talk about things that you love. You got to talk about things that you're into, that you like. And that's why I kind of started my second channel. We've been doing tarot over there because that's, you know, spirituality, because that's a big part of who I am. But I started this channel out talking about Star Wars. I love Star Wars, old Star Wars. I'm going to be covering the Kenobi series. You know, I'm going to be, because just, and if it's good, it's good. It's bad, it's bad. I'm just going to say what it is. I don't like Disney either, but I need something to talk about. And that's just what it is, man. All right, let's go back. Say hi to everybody. Appreciate you. That's right. Nano Reaper said he got sun. Snow reflects the sunlight when you're skiing in shorts. What are you doing skiing in shorts? Nano Reaper, you have a good cold tolerance, my brother. What's up, Lasso? Just stopped by to show some love for y'all. Thank you, Lasso. Good to see you, sweetheart. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, man. Dude, thank you for being there. Thank you for being there. Dude, that was a great experience, man. I really enjoyed seeing you and meeting you and being able to talk to you. That was a big, yeah, Steph is amazing. I've always thought Steph was amazing, but I don't interact with certain people. Because I've always had this feeling like you get ideas in your head, y'all, that just ain't true. Sometimes we get too far into our own fifis, or we get too far into how we see things, and we don't see them clearly. And I thought for the longest time I kind of had a stink on me because I've gotten in fights with certain people, and I've just, you know, I've called some shit out, and I've just been me. I just can't not be me. And I feel like that has caused a division, or, you know, like, I don't know, some people don't want to work with other people if you hang out with certain people and all that, you know, just all that social garbage, all that stuff we said we were fighting from the far left. And it kind of leaks over. I don't know if it's just ingrained human behavior or just whatever, but it could be my own, you know, my own insecurities or whatnot. being able to meet some of these people, have conversations and sense them, feel them, look into their eyes. It's just different, man. They were all loving. They were all good people. They all just they're hugging me and shit. Jeremy's just trying to build something. You know, that dude's just trying to build something. He's always been true. He's always been as real as I could tell to me. And Ryan's a good dude, man. I'm telling you, Ryan is a good dude. Yeah, Steph is genuine. She's genuine as shit. She grabbed you. Oh my God, Steve! And she grabbed me. Did you see so and so? Did you see so and so? She's dragging me around to talk to everybody. It was really cool, man. Death by Saver, $10. Thank you so much. He said, Vice with sunblock, protect your skin, my brother. Look, I want to show you. It's bad. It's all over. It's all over me, man. It's important to have energy on live streams. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, you gotta, you know, just be put on a show. You have to put on a show. LJ says, I can't see around my big black mic. I can't imagine ever going across the border. I've pissed off enough people that I'd probably get arrested the second I cross. I don't know, my man. It says, how do you grow a channel? Daily videos, even if they're 2 minutes long? Yes, and shorts. Put them shorts out. The algorithms pushing those have been for a while. I've gotten like 1,400 views on a short, like a 30-second, 60-second video. And I'm not sure if it was a positive one or it was me bitching about somebody. Some people like those funny ones. Some people like it. I got told on Instagram the other day that I was an awful person for criticizing women who grow mustaches. Look, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I don't want to see it. It grosses me out. I don't know what it is. It grosses me out. Riot Kitty's Universal Studios, cool. Must have been fun. It was fun. You can actually go into the city walk area and you don't have to pay for anything. You just park and walk right in there, unless you got to pay for parking. So that was really fun, man. That was really fun. Oh my God, it skipped on me. Hold on. Let's see. What is up? To come to Los Angeles. If I'm ever in Los Angeles, if I ever get the nerve to go to California, I will. Absolutely, my brother. Oh yeah, Vinny is cool. I'm glad he finally got his book. Yeah, he finally got his book. They finally came in. And he's sending them out. What's up, Memes? Good to see you, dude. How you doing, brother? Hope everything's doing well for you. What's up? Happy Dinosaur. Happy day to you too, man. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Let's see. What's up, dude? In a Creative 22. What's up, man? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. CJH for $5. He says, I support pretty much everyone in their chats. I'm sure I'd either have some fans or some people very angry at me. They try and cancel my shit. Look, dude, just don't care what people think. Don't care what people think. CJ, you're a good cat, man. I've known you for years, dude. You're OG fourth wave. Man, you just don't worry about what people think, my man. Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's on my bucket list to meet GMG members in person. And all, man, thank you, Phil. Appreciate you. I want to meet you too, dude. I want to meet you. You came into this fellowship like a blaze of positivity, and I love seeing that. Love it. Don't ever lose that. We all go through our ups and downs. But don't ever lose that, my man. Mr. Tickle Trump channel member, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Don't categorize yourself amongst other people. Don't let social garbage cloud your head. Sometimes it does. We're all a little different. We're all different in how we perceive and how we see things. And sometimes words hurt. You know what I mean? There is like, okay, it's just like high school sometimes, man. It's just like everybody's got their own agenda. Or they got their own clique, and then they want clout, or they just talk trash on others. They poke and play with other people. They poke around like that. Like there's certain people I want nothing to do with, and I'm sure everybody else has that. Well, I'm not pretty certain. I would think that most people have that list of people that they don't want to interact with, or they don't want around them. Even I've got them. And I do my best not to broadcast it, but. Because you never know. One person's fan might be, hated by somebody else, or and we shouldn't try to attack each other if we can. We shouldn't try and talk trash on each other if we can. We shouldn't try not to, but the trying to be positive and trying to grow is not stepping on somebody else. It's not stepping on them. It's not stream sniping them, by the way. that's garbage behavior. You stream snipe somebody else, that's garbage behavior. If you're doing that just to talk trash, just to try and be big, just to try you're garbage. You're a garbage human being. And that's just what it is. There's certain things, at least in my opinion, that makes you a garbage human being. But things do affect us, different people, depending on your personality type. It is the truth of the matter. Like, who I love? Who I absolutely adore? Saggy Melons. Saggy, unapologetic, out there, not giving a damn. You get a chance to stop by one of her live streams and check her out. She'll fight. She'll go to war. She'll throw drama right up there. She's one of the best people at deflecting it and dealing with it. Love Saggy, man. She's a good person. It does not matter. And so also remember this: don't judge somebody by their associations. Judge them by their actions. Some people associate with someone who may turn out to be garbage. Look, I have been fooled, y'all. I consider myself pretty intelligent, but I've been fooled into thinking some bad people were good people. Love blinds you. Friendship can blind you. Love for another can blind you. Everybody makes mistakes, and don't judge somebody based on who they've been friends with, or because first of all, people do change, and people do get fooled, and there's nothing that you can, there's nothing you can do about that. You just got to keep on, be true to yourself, and keep up the grind, man. Let's see. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo and most Raylos are weird and talk to you later. Right? I love some of the hyperbolic shit that he puts out, man, and it's true, and it's all for attention. It's not anything other than getting attention and trying to grow a channel, guys. I mean, thank you guys. Thank you to over 18 people that are here. I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by and listening to my ass. Appreciate you. Let's see. Mystical Drunk says that's because people can tolerate you for 60 seconds. That's why shorts get so much play. Sometimes they can't tolerate me for even 60 seconds, my brother. See, Inner Creative says the algorithm took 7 views and 2 likes from my last video. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know what drives me nuts is if you're monetized and there's a projected amount of money that you're gonna make, and then like when that shit drops, that makes me a little nuts. That gets to my head. What's up, Poor? Good to see you. Glad to see you at a blast at MegaCon. I'll be at Star Wars Celebration, chilling with Chris Gore and Anna, the Star Wars girl. That's freaking awesome. I didn't get a chance to go to the convention because I'm broke. You're broke as shit. My own mistake. It was my own mistake. Put faith in a person I shouldn't have. They swindled thousands and thousands of dollars out of me on the promise of it coming back, and it never did. The guys, there's a link in the chat right there for a GoFundMe. I'm just trying to make up money. I'm trying to get the rest of the rent money up. I got contracts coming up next month. I'm working right now. I'm working my ass off. I'm just doing everything I can. That's why Rogue hasn't been running that steadily lately. It's just simply that. I'm just working. I'm just trying to get back on my game. Means of Destruction for $4.99. Thank you so much. He said you either die here or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth, my brother? That is a great line from a good movie. One of the best movies. And not only the Nolan universe, look, Nolan Batman universe can stay in its own bubble. If it stays in its own bubble, I love it. You put it into the overall DC like Batman universe, and it don't hold up, in my opinion. It just doesn't. It says, I love that Steven still reads cards like there's only reads chats like there's only 3 people watching. Get her done. Look, I do what I can, man. I do what I can, Mr. Tickle Trunk, dude. Thank you so much for being here, dude. I appreciate you so much. What's up, Pops? Good to see you. He says, if you're getting hate, you're likely doing something right. Do what you do. Surround yourself with people who can check you, but be honest with yourself. It is the most important. That's why I got my rogues, y'all. And we disagree all the time. Sometimes we get into heated fights with each other. We don't really bring it out in public, but friends fight. Friends have arguments, disagreements, clashes of what, a vision that you have. But that's a healthy thing. It's a healthy thing among people that you can trust. If you trust that honest criticism, doesn't mean your friends are right, but getting that logic check, that really helps. It really does, especially for people that you love. You also never going to please everyone. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? It says, take the people you like as I'm going to prove them wrong as a challenge. Biggest lesson I learned from people like Henry Rollins. You bringing up Henry Rollins. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Like I do a lot of positive videos. I believe in yourself. I've not even touched the ScreenRant article yet. I'm sorry. About believing in yourself and pushing forward, because you've got to do that. Look, one of the I think I've figured out in some of the lessons that I've learned recently is that, like, I'm the type of person who has tried for the longest time, not that I always have, but for the longest time, tried to be good, tried to remain a good person, try and treat people equally. I make the attempt. I live in the gray, admittedly, but I've always made the attempt to try and treat people fairly. But you often see nefarious people, and like liars, manipulators, narcissists. They either project success or somehow it seems like they escape karma. First off, negative people never escape karma. They live in a cycle of negativity, and therefore they use that to generate their own energy, to push themselves. Most negative people are perpetual victims, or they're just narcissists who don't give a shit about you or me. They only care about themselves. But it's hard to see people like that succeed when you are trying to live your best life, trying to be a good person to others. And you can't let that bring you down. It's difficult, but you can't let that bring you down. Rex Raymond, I need to look at the super sticker because let me bring this up. Dude, thank you so much for being here. Let me look, because I'm just not going to fake it and say that's thank you and not even say what that is. Let's look. Appreciate y'all. Bravo. I mean, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you. Hail to you, brother. And thank you guys so much for being here. Any channels out there, I don't care who they are. If there's anybody with a wrench out there that wants to throw out links for anybody's channels in the chat, please do so. That's always been what I'm about. I'm not going to change that. I'm just not. I'm not going to change my character and who I am. I've always been about supporting this fellowship community, whatever you want to call it. So if anybody wants to throw out links to anybody else's channels, please do so. Thank you, Rex. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Oh, it skipped ahead on me again. Thank you, Rex. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for being a channel member. Saggy Melons has just gone puppet time to time. Yeah. She does her thing. She works the algorithm. She worked it all the way up to 2,000. And you do what you got to do. I'm not going to get into a debate about drama channels and this and that. When sometimes they succeed, sometimes they don't. But the one thing I like about Saggy is that she can travel around different groups of people and remain true to individuals, not cliques, but individuals. That's some real friendship. Like, I love her, man, and can't say enough good things about her. Yeah, she's a real Boston sister. Hail to that. CJ says, I just post whatever I want, and people take a look at my content and just go, what the fuck is this crazy guy? Yeah, man, you preaching to the choir right there, and you know it. I don't post some crazy shit from time to time because I don't give a shit. Let's see. What's up, Squib? Hail to Squib Nation. Good to see you, man. Hail to you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to get to this article in a minute, I swear. And then we'll go through. Oh, yo, what is up, dude? Spork and News. Yo, good to see you, man. Guys, that man right there, one of the truest people in this community. One of the truest friends in this entire indie sphere is right there, Scotty. Scott's my man. He's building right now. He's doing what he has to do. His shows are lit. His panels are incredible. Got great people on those panels. But Scott's one, like I was talking about earlier, some of the people that are really true friends, really good people. Forget YouTube, forget all this. Scott, if I ever need him, if I ever call him, he's there for me. He will always be there for me. Love you, brother. Good to see you, man. Congratulations on all your success. Hey, what's up, Runner? Good to see you, dude. Hell, brother. Yeah, I know it's 28 minutes in, still ain't got to the article yet. It's good to see you. Sentinel's in the house. What's up, Sentinel? Old school, dude. Oh, he's just got to stop by and say hi. Thank you for stopping by, man. It's good to see you. A lot of cool names in this chat. A lot of cool people, good people, decent people. And that's why I keep going. That's why I keep doing what I do, man. Like I want to get. Sure, I want to get to I'm gonna get. Matter of fact, no, I am going to get to 10,000 subs. That's going to happen at some point. I will have the time to do that grind, and I'm going to get there. But it's more at this point, and maybe it shouldn't be if I want to grow, but it's more at this point of you guys. It's really more point of being involved in this fellowship and seeing y'all, and being proud of you. I'm proud of all of you, whether we've had beefs in the past or whether we've had disagreements or whether that shit don't matter. I'm really proud of all of you, because as this indie sphere grows, all our voices grow. We grow together. We really do rise together. Hail the Fandom Collective out there. That's my man. All right. This isn't what say decency is a facade. Hell, dude. This is my dignity. Let's get into this article. Okay, it's still up. Thank God. Let me see if I can share this, because I read through this. And I was just like, oh my God, what is this shit? What is this narrative? What is this old school, old SJW narratives that are being pushed through this, like ScreenRant? We pretty much don't trust ScreenRant at this point anyway, but it's just, all right, let's go through this and let's give our opinions. I promise I'm gonna go back and forth in the chat. I'm getting off camera because I get insecure when I'm reading on one tab and I'm like this. I'm like trying to read it. All right, hold on. Okay. So this is Lucasfilm's misdiagnosis of Solo shows they're out of touch with Star Wars. They've been out of touch with Star Wars. They've been out of touch since it started. Lucasfilm blaming Solo, a Star Wars story, reactions on the attempt to recast Han Solo reveals how out of touch they were and what Star Wars should have been. First off, all right, I know we all made fun of Alan Wright, whatever his name is. I know we all made fun of him back then, but we were all very heated. It was on the heels of The Last Jedi. We were all very heated about what was going on. He did okay, in my opinion. You guys tell me what you think in the chat, but as far as I'm concerned, he did okay. Dong Lover's comments just made it just made it unbearable. And look, if they haven't figured it out, we're going to read through this article because the people that support this shit have not figured it out. The problem has been the injection of your politics and your weird, strange fetishes and your strange sexualities and what you're trying to do to kids and all that is the problem, especially when it comes to Disney and groomers. That is the problem. The content suffered because of the injection of those politics. Times have been tough. Times have been tough for Star Wars on the big screen lately, and Lucasfilm's failure to maintain the firm theatrical slate shows how out of touch their approach to Star Wars movies have gotten. Now with this, ScreenRant's got me. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yes, you're right. I agree with this. Okay. There's sentences in here that make sense. They make sense. They make sense. They make sense. But the reasoning that this author puts forth does not make sense to me in some ways. Numerous Star Wars projects lack release dates. I've seen multiple delays, have been delayed indefinitely, been outright canceled. Who wants to see hold on, I'm going on screen for this. Who wants to see the Rian Johnson trilogy? Like who wants that? Who wants that Rian Johnson trilogy? Who wants that? For any case, for me, it's like I want to see it crash and burn. I want to see. I haven't watched Knives Out. Some people said Knives Out was all right. I haven't seen it. But who wants that? Who wants that Rian Johnson trilogy, guys? Are you excited for that? Okay, our people are already blasting. Solo lost money. Took years for Disney to say something about how they effed up, and they don't understand why. No, they don't understand why. Because they're pig-headed. There's a difference between being stubborn and pig-headed. My mother told me this right before I came back down to Florida. She said, Stephen, there's a difference between stubborn and pig-headed. You're stubborn, your ex is pig-headed. I've seen you just cut people out of your life and walk away because they were toxic people. Pig-headed is just not admitting your faults, just I'm not going to talk to this person because they're wrong and I did nothing wrong. And that's how Disney Lucasfilm is. They didn't do nothing wrong. That's how they look at themselves. We didn't do anything wrong. And they admit that something happened, but they're not going to admit what it was that happened. Let's see. Blaze says, I didn't like him in the role, but I didn't think it was his fault. I think it was okay. But yeah, the movie wasn't nowhere near as good as it could have been. And it was sabotaged by The Last Jedi, and it was sabotaged by Dong Lover and all the dumbass comments he was saying. Who are you going to say? Okay, now let's look at this real quick. Hold on. Let's look at this from being funny. Okay, just making an offhand comment, right? All right, let's say that Disney that Kathleen Kennedy had respected the fans, had actually respected what George had built, had tried to do something innovative, whether it had failed or not, but attempted to stay true to the original, to the original story, because the sequel trilogy is just not connected in any realistic way to the previous films. Let's just say that she did that, and then Dawn Lover's up there, and he says, he makes the pansexuals in space comment, right? Well, we're still going to give him heat because of his America is always racist bullshit coming from a privileged black dude. We're always going to look at that with a certain slant. But if he was just trying to make a joke, I think that joke would have passed. The whole pansexual joke, I think that actually just would have passed. It would have been like, oh, that's funny and shit, Lando screwing a toaster. But because of all the buildup to it, because of all the crap, all the stuff that was thrown at fans, the outright attack on fans, George legacy, it's not landing well. You can't step on people over and over again and then label them and call them names and be an asshole to them and then expect a joke to fly over well when the joke is based on something you just never even associated with Star Wars whatsoever. I can't. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Tickle Trunk says Marvel made effing mint for a decade till they put their politics into it. Releasing so much Star Wars at once would have done the same if it was good. KK proves she's a moron once again. She needs to go. Nothing good is going to happen in Disney Star Wars. Like nothing really good is going to happen in Disney Star Wars until you get rid of Kennedy and everybody who co-signed to her bullshit. Nothing good is going to come of it. Nothing. And there's already so much animosity between, your Legends fans who, to be fair, the very first Fandom Menace back in 99, 2000, the very first Fandom Menace was a bunch of EU fans going, yo, this ain't canon. This ain't what we read. And then the second one kind of came after Last Jedi, but you still got your EU fans out there going, yo, this don't line up with canon. And I get it. You still got that very, very animated, very active, very passionate group of people. And you have just your film critics, your film fans, people who are just, fans of the films like me. I'm just fans of the films. I read through some of the books, more games than films for me. And it just doesn't look like Star Wars. You've already got this passion, this completely disparaged group of fans who don't want to hear any of your excuses, any of your garbage, especially your politics. With everything that's been hyper politicized in the last 10 years, that's the last thing I want to hear. I want to escape. I don't want to hear about pansexuals in space. That's just the truth of it. Unless you're making fun of it, maybe, I guess. I don't know. But you're absolutely right. Sentinel says the content wasn't good to begin with. Even their artistic and creative best, Disney Star Wars just meh. The Force Awakens really screwed it up, man. Why? I don't understand in what universe you have all of the original actors from the original series and you don't at least start the story around them. You don't continue the story around them. I get bringing in new characters, but Kennedy wanted to see herself on screen way more than she wanted to respect George's vision. We go back to that old, I don't think it covers this in the article, but we go back to the old John Boyega argument about the black stormtrooper. Look at all these racists that are mad about a black stormtrooper. I was like, oh, what's this? This is cool. This is something different. I thought he was going. Who didn't think he wasn't going to be a Jedi from the way that the Jar Jar set that up in The Force Awakens? There was potentials there. I thought there was potential, but you don't do that. As soon as they made Han a deadbeat dad, I was done. It was so bad. All right, let's go through a little bit more of this article, and then I will go. What's up, Pope Metallicus? Real quick. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Hell, brother. Hell, good to see you. Sorry, Disney. Lando will never be a pansexual. They wanted it. And you know what's terrible? Like really terrible, is that their excuses every time you don't like one of these things, like they throw the whole pansexual thing, and their excuses for this is, oh, you don't like it because it's a black guy. It has nothing to do with the actual argument being had. Nothing at all. Believe me, I just went through a year of dealing with somebody who actually, we've all been through years of dealing with people who do not want to approach the actual argument or the point being made they want to make an excuse and totally shift the direction of what's being said or the actual argument itself. All right, I'm going to continue on. Let's see. So numerous Star Wars projects lack release dates, seen multiple times, may have been canceled, already read through that. And Lucasfilm's concern over negative reactions to its creative decisions is a big reason why they're losing touch with how they should be approaching Star Wars movie production. How is that a big reason why they're losing touch? First off, they created that. They lost touch when they created that argument, when they attacked the fans. This article, the reason that I wanted to cover it today is because it's more of the same old. Don't give the fans what they want. Don't give the customer what they're expecting. The problem here is the customer, not the production. And that has been a philosophy that has been, I think, the most damaging to Disney Star Wars. It's just attacking the fans, not giving them what they expect, not taking that criticism or taking what they're trying to say, what they're trying to express to the creatives, the repurposers, and with any type of understanding, and just projecting their own negativity and bias and bigotries and all that bullshit back at people. The problem right now is people who don't own their shit. That's the biggest issue, in my opinion. People that don't own their, they say they own their shit, but they don't own their shit. The bigotry and the bias and the political injection and the slant and all of that comes from the people in the production house. It comes from the Lucasfilm creatives. Of course, it comes a little bit from people who are looking at the material, like fans or consumers who are looking at the material and already have a strong bias. But that's not, my God, I do not remember before The Last Jedi. Probably maybe because I wasn't in certain circles that were talking about the Force Awakens at the time. But I do not remember before The Last Jedi having any arguments about politics. Like, all that came to my periphery when I started watching Star Trek Discovery, Episode 1, Season 1. What is this garbage? I don't like this. Why is this bad? Is anybody else out here saying this is bad? And I would go and I would look at articles, and it would be, well, the people that don't like this are bigots. All these these types of articles, these types of websites. That's what I would see. Now, granted, that might not have been all that was out there, but that's what I was seeing. That was the overwhelming majority of what I was seeing. And that's not owning your shit. If you're a bigot and you're projecting your bigotry, just own the fact that you're a bigot. Don't try and put that on me. I'm just trying to watch some Star Wars. I want to see some lightsaber battles. I want to see space wizards and motherfucking laser swords. That's what I want to see. That's what I like. Lucasfilm once had an ambitious plan to release at least one new Star Wars movie a year, but following the polarizing reaction to Star Wars The Last Jedi and the lukewarm or negative reception to Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, overly safe conclusion to the Skywalker saga. Now, this line is false. That is not the Skywalker saga, and that was not the rise of any kind of Skywalker. That is misdirection. There was a Palpatine. They concluded the story with a Palpatine, which you might have been able to do creatively in a good way, but was never allowed to happen because it was just garbage. The Force Awakens, kill Han, deadbeat dad. Now, let's show the next one, next hero, Luke. Last Jedi, he's defeated, he's terrible, he's an awful person. We're gonna put Leia in the forefront, make her a Jedi. She's flying through space. Leia flying through space, y'all. Like, how difficult was it? How difficult would it have been to make a decent conclusion, to make a decent sequel trilogy, if you had just done what logically should have been done? You bring the original actors together, you continue their story, you make the story about their kids, you make it about the conflict, and you continue that conflict. I mean, there's no real reason to ever bring Palpatine back. But I mean, even if you did, it could have been done in a way that was a hell of a lot more creative than what it was, than that Hellraiser-ish Palpatine clone thing. What the hell were they doing? Star Wars movie slate will begin to disappear to the point where there's skepticism as to which of the few films currently officially in development will actually see the light of day. They scared over there. They scared. They're scared of the investors. Thank God the investors have started speaking up. Well, they have been for a couple of years. But thank God they are. Because we have seen time and time again people, the far leftists, those people. Oh God, there's political extremists that operate within Hollywood, within the tech industry and social media. We've seen them time and time again not back down. They don't care if they lose money. And some of them aren't losing money, actually generating more money with hate clicks. But we've seen them time and time again not care if they lose money. They want to make a point. They need to press a narrative. So like the shifting to Disney Plus was their only option. It's the only option. It's cheaper than a big production, I think. I mean, Mandalorian costs a lot of money. Book of Boba Fett was, I don't know, Book of Boba Fett looked okay, but it seemed cheap to me. Am I the only one that thought that? Am I the only one that thought that movie seemed a little cheap? I don't know. Let's see, Lucasfilm Star Wars movie problems started long before The Last Jedi, though. Every single Disney Star Wars movie except for The Last Jedi had significant and highly publicized rewrites and reshoots in late production as Lucasfilm tried to, look at that, trying to save, look, The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is the bomb. We already know where this dude's slant. Everyone's allowed to have one. He's an author. He's a writer. He's allowed to have this slant. But The Last Jedi did one take, one take. That's Rian Johnson. Perfection, right? Rian Johnson, perfect from the rip. Wrote that whole book. Wrote that whole movie. Perfect. No need for any reshoots. No need to do anything else. I'm going to do this for you, KK. I'm going to do everything you want and make it safe. Oh, God. He's like a freaking... he's like a cartoon villain. Like what's his name? Like, he's twirling his mustache. Like, why they keep trying to excuse The Last Jedi and Rian Johnson is beyond me. He effectively took any chance whatsoever to save that trilogy and flushed it. Didn't give us Luke, didn't give us, didn't bring Harrison back to do some shots. Like, the narrative is more important at Disney Lucasfilm than the production. And that is what it is. And that's what it's always been. You're not going to get anything good. Not ever going to get anything good at Disney Star Wars. At least until KK is gone and those people that she hired are gone. Because they all have the same damn narrative. They all have the same slant. They all point the finger at the fans. You are the problem, not me, not what I'm producing. This guy. All right. Yeah, I was reading through this article. All right, I'm gonna go back. Let me go back to the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean. Okay, let's see. What's up, Backy? Good to see you. Okay, I'm gonna go up a little bit. Okay, let's see. We're gonna start off with the Sentinel. He was losing. Says there's some brothers as stormtroopers, right? Never had a problem with that. Didn't have a problem with the conscription idea, Apex. That kind of is a natural evolution. All right. I don't remember in the books that I did read, which mostly were the Yu Zhan Vong series, and the books between A New Hope and Empire and Return of the Jedi, and one or two books from the prequels, prequel era. But like, there's no problem with having a the conscription idea. That makes sense to me. If the cloning facilities are destroyed, that makes sense. I don't see any issue with that. There were black officers in Revan's Empire, and nobody cared. Yeah, apparently someone did. Kennedy said she wants us, the fans, to turn away from the old heroes and fix representation. No story, all message. Absolutely, that is the problem. That has always been the problem. It's all message. The idea that these bigots have that work at Disney Lucasfilm is that all the old heroes are all based on their projected bigotries. I mean, there are ways you can approach that topic, that conversation, and actually find middle ground here and there, to be honest with you, between I think the left and the right, or maybe the center and the left. If you want to get political about it or social about it, pretty much across the board, I think we can all kind of like look back at history objectively and say, okay, the reason for this is this. But when it comes to something like Star Wars got criticized for being all white people in the future for A New Hope, right? Which I don't think was intended. It was just the way it fell down. And then we got Lando Calrissian. Right, one of the Billy D. Williams, right? One of the coolest actors of the day, One of the cool black cinema, you know, loved in black cinema. And you know, and we got a great character out of it. And it wasn't an overcorrection. It wasn't like, you know, they didn't attack the fans on that shit. Unless I'm wrong. If there's any articles from back in the day that was attacking fans, please let me know, because I didn't see any. But it was a correction. It was an evolution, and there was no problem with that. There's no issue with that. But the way that they do it now is your heroes suck. How do you look at Luke Skywalker and go bigot? How do you look at Han Solo and go bigot? You know, like, how do you do that? That's not even a part of the story. It's not even a part of. You're talking about a universe with how many different types of aliens, right? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. The whole problem is, Ruben, has always been the injection of modern day American politics, leftist politics. I'm gonna say far left politics, in a genre that is not in a galaxy far, far away. It doesn't even belong. It does not mesh. It does not work. The minute you inject that in is the minute that things go sour. Let me see. Mr. Tickle Trunk says Lando was the coolest character in Star Wars. He's a smooth dude who owned his own city in space, and he wore a cape like it was normal. He pulled it off. Right. He says, you have to be cool 9,000 to pull that off. Dude, right? Lando was good. It was cool as shit. I even like the redemption arc with Lando, right? Just the way that I like it with Han, the progression of the character. You know, it's how they pulled off with Lando Calrissian. They pulled off a character who was doing what he had to do, betrayed his friends, did what he had to do to save his people, but he was successful man, and managed to pull off a redemption arc with him that had nothing to do with skin tone. Yes, he was black on screen. That was enough. That's the artistic expression of it. It was enough of being said. It was enough. Everything else was about the character itself. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Mr. Tickle Trump. Absolutely right. What's up, Horny Alf? Hell, brother, good to see you, dude. Yeah, they're cultural locusts. You're right. Absolutely. Pope Metallica says, and Billy D. Williams was the only choice for that role. At that time, quite possibly, he was the best choice. I don't know about the only one, Pope, but I thought he was definitely the best choice, in my opinion. Sentinel says, there's been black people in Star Wars for over 40 effing years, but now they're telling more Moses Ingram to worry about racist criticism. Nah, they're just preparing to F with us. They've always been. Yeah, it's a restoke. Isn't that Sentinel? And it's awful, right? How they trying to restoke any type of Easter-ism that they possibly can and create new ones. I mean, the non-binaries and all this stuff going, all that androgynous. We already had non-binaries. They're called androgynous people, or bisexual people, or whatever. We've always had. The human race is very different. We have very, very, very different types of people. There is a mainstay type of human, of Homo sapien? Absolutely. Absolutely, there's a mainstay type of people. But you've got, I don't know if we're going to call them aberrations or just differences or whatever. They've always existed. Trying to take that, add to it, and create more hate and division is exactly why I started this channel, to fight that idea. I thought we were doing pretty well in the 2000s. I thought we were progressing pretty well, but the wealthy elites can't have that. Politicians can't have that. Can't have us all grouped together, point at the real problem. That top 1% can't point at the real problem. Got to keep everybody separated and hating. What is up, Parrot Head? Good to see you, dude. That was awesome. There was an awesome picture of you and DBS. It was very, very cool, man. Very cool to see. Thank you for sharing that with me, dude. What's up, Rogue Disney? I got a chance to meet Rogue Disney out there. What's up, dude? Guys, please subscribe to him. Throw a link out to his channel. Very cool cat. Good people in this fellowship. Just was he had a parrot on his shoulder. Yo, that man is funny, and I love this dude. I love Rogue Disney. The truly horrible part is that now I see or hear stuff about Star Wars content and feel nothing. I just don't care. Normally I don't do Star Wars content because, it's just, you're right. That's the kind of how I am. But I don't know. I just saw this article. It sparked something in me, and I wanted to cover it. I'm going to cover two more things, and then I'm going to keep reading. Mr. Tickle Trunk says they effed up Lando because they're actually afraid of powerful black men. Man, that's a whole nother topic. That is a whole nother topic. They're trying to make everybody gay, or a special kind of gay. They don't want alpha males out there. And a lot of that has to do with women who are afraid of alpha males, either because of their own insecurity or they're cunts in disguise, and put it that way. Horny Alf says they had one job, put Luke, Leia, and Han together in one movie, and they couldn't even do that. That's right. That's right. Oh, look at you, man. I'm not creative, says. Well, this is why I'm writing my own fantasy novel, because anything with Disney's name on it is dead to me. And yes, there will be wizards and swords and fights in it. That is awesome, my brother. When you are ready to start releasing or start promoting, let me know. Or go to like Red Gaze, go to like Miriam, she'll promote. Go to Comics Division is getting into, or has been into, promoting independent creators. Met a guy named Mike on last Comics Division show I was on. I think I'm gonna be on Comics tonight. I believe I'm gonna be on Comics tonight. But 2 weeks ago I was on his show, and I met a guy that he was promoting. And I'm going to have him on Rogue Entertainment this weekend, guys. Please come show up and show some support to somebody who just found our indie sphere. He pretty much thinks in a lot of the same terms that we do. I'm not going to say all, but as far as entertainment's being destroyed by woke far leftists and cultural vandals, he is right there on it. He just discovered our indie sphere. So we're all trying to give him a push. He's a great content creator. I will try and find his link if I can and throw it out here for you guys. Let's go back to the article. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please hit the like button, share out the link. Much love, y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay strong. Keep making videos. Keep supporting indie creators. And don't let nobody tell you about yourself or what you can and can't do, and what you can and can't stand for. Let's see. We're going down here. Everything that went wrong on Disney Star Wars movies, unfortunately, in their focus to look at this. Unfortunately, in their focus on serving a fan base, the customers. Unfortunately, in their focus on serving the fan base, there's so many sentences that are wrong in this article. They did not try and serve the fan base. Disney Lucasfilm tried to create their own while dissing the former fan base, while attempting to shame them for erroneous reasons into not supporting. Into supporting their ideology. They were not trying to serve the fan base, that ardent, loving fan. How many channels, guys, how many channels are still out there that talk about Star Wars right now? I think it's just like probably the ardent Legends enthusiasts are the only ones out there at the moment. You know, those people that really, they're just keeping up the fight because they're that's what they love. Their hearts, their love has been trampled on. I know I've said EU elitists in the past, and I've done all that before, and I think that in any type of fan base, you have people that love something so much they become stagnant and unbending and unyielding and can't see any other point of view. I think that's everywhere. I think, depending on when you've got a large group of fans or you've got a large community of something that's into something, or people that are into something. So I was redundant. But I mean, the truth of it is, it does come from a place of love. It does come from people who are very enthusiastic about what they love. And that fan base was not served. The movies fan base was not served. The people that just love the movies, they were not served. The only people that were served were the bigots at Disney Lucasfilm, the Kathleen Kennedys, the racists, the sexists, the people that believe in strange freaking sexualities and peg each other in the ass, and pansexual this, and there's all that's just all that goofy garbage that may have been a thing on the fringe and may have always been a thing on the fringe, maybe, I don't know, but I ain't never heard of it. You know, it was more important to attack the idea of what the fandom was from the position and perspective of bigots in creative positions than it was to actually create something that would have been universally loved and satisfied the fans themselves, which would have not been difficult to do. It would have not been difficult to do. So this is all erroneous right here. The franchise risks becoming iterative. This is all this is a erroneous argument trying to attack fans. ScreenRant is garbage. Screen Rant is such garbage. Their slant is so obvious. So serving the fans, giving the fans what they want is a bad thing. We're continuing this. This is what got me. This is why I want to do this. I wanted to cover this article today, because this is another example of, yeah, serving the fans is wrong. Giving your customer what they expect and what they want is wrong. And that's bullshit. I don't know when the hell the flip happened in the last 10 years from the customer is always right, which we all know. If we've all been in a sales position, the customer is not always right. But you have to have that philosophy in order to have a thriving business, in order to continue selling a product. That is the stance that you must have. Attacking your own fan base is the reason Disney Star Wars is garbage right now. It's why people hate it. It's why the fans hate it. It's why some people just have no emotion toward it at this point. Don't care at all about it. My own rogues, I'll probably say most of my rogues, they don't even want to talk about Disney. They don't want to give it any life. They don't want to give it any breath. They don't want to give Star Wars any breath. They don't want. Yeah, and I understand that position. I need to talk about it. I just need to. And that's my position. But I understand where they're coming from. I feel the same way. It's overly self-referential. Okay, so remaining true to continuity and canon is overly self-referential. Look at the excuses that this person is making, and out of touch with what Star Wars brand was meant to be. Completely. So staying true to canon, which, okay, and there can be an argument for that because the prequel trilogy strayed from a written canon. Okay, but what Star Wars is a family saga. I mean, at its heart, wasn't it? It was a story about family, and they completely destroyed that. They completely destroyed that family. The sequel trilogy really had nothing to do with family. What in the hell does Han reverting back to something worse than he was in the first place and being a deadbeat dad and abandoning his family have anything to do with being a good family? Now they want to destroy the image and idea of the alpha male or a productive male or a good father. They want to destroy that. Luke Skywalker had to destroy him in The Last Jedi. The idea that a person can have hope, can just, I mean, look at all he did, all he went through to get to the point where he still had faith in his father, right? To give Anakin that moment of redemption. I'm not saying Anakin was a good guy after that, but to give him that moment of redemption. That it's all about family. That's what the series is meant to be, in my opinion. And so this author is out of touch with what Star Wars brand was meant to be, and is completely regurgitating through this one sentence, completely regurgitating the idea that it is okay to attack your fans, to not give your customer what they want, and to just be an asshole and live in your personal alternate universe. Star Wars as we know it exists out of a refusal to Star Wars as we know it is a refusal to deliver fans what they wanted. Surprising fans, maybe. Okay, let's look back at the idea that I am Luke, I am your father, right? The whole idea with in Empire Strikes Back of Vader being Luke's father. I don't know, that was a last minute change. It's a great last minute change. The idea that Luke and Leia were siblings. All right, that was kind of a last minute thing. I thought they did a great idea with that. I thought that it was a great progression of character. I really wouldn't change any of it. Oh, maybe Ewoks. Maybe I'd change that. Ewoks. I still love The Last Jedi. I mean, not The Last Jedi. Still love Return of the Jedi. I can't believe I said that. Wow. I still love Return of the Jedi. But them Ewoks, that was a little bit too much. Resulting in one of the biggest pop culture feuds, covering documentaries like The People versus George Lucas and the Fandom Menace volumes. So long as Star Wars prioritizes mass appeal for fan service over daring creative choices and boundary-pushing filmmaking risks, the film franchise will be out of touch with the very elements that made up pop culture for over 40 years. This dude is making excuses for screw the fans. That's all he's doing, is making excuses for screw the fans. It did make daring creative choices in the original trilogy. It absolutely did. Oh God. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back to the chat. Talk to y'all. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. Please hit the like button, share out the link. Let's see. So Space City, going through. Hold on, guys. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's Red Gaze. What's up, Gaze? Good to see you, man. Gaze, I'm Not Creative is coming out with his own science fiction, dude. I don't know if you caught that earlier, but when that happens, I told him to come to me or you or somebody, one of us guys in the fellowship, the community, whatever you call it, to help promote, man, because we're all about that. Especially Red Gaze. Look, Red Gaze is one of the people in this fellowship who has done his damnedest in the last several years to promote indie creators. That he is criminally undersubbed. Guys, please subscribe to Red Gaze. All right, he says, they wear all your favorite IPs like skin of your dead loved ones. Ugh, yeah, that's terrible. That's some Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit that you just said right there. Pope Metallica says the truly horrible part is, oh, that's right. Okay, I already did that. Yeah, I don't care either, brother. I already don't care either. Let me skip forward. All right, Horny Alf says that scene confirmed The Last Jedi to be the worst movie. It's not Star Wars, man. That's not Luke Skywalker. That's Ryan Johnson giving KK what she wanted because he's an awful person. He's the Ryan Johnson. I don't even think he was a nerd, but if he was a nerd, he was the nerd the other nerds couldn't stand. He's the one that got kicked out of chess club. Dude, Becky, good to see you, sweetheart. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping through. Let's see. Anybody told you? Oh, there he is. Oh, there's X. There he is. XRL7. There was once a time when I enjoyed Star Wars. Once upon a time, a galaxy far, far away. Guys, if there's a mod out there, could throw a link out for XRL7. He is that channel I was talking about earlier. Going to have him on this Saturday on Rogue Entertainment. Support your independent creators out there. And give him a shot, dude. That dude, it takes him 6 months to make a single video. It's all 8-bit. Original music from him and his band. And the content is so anti-SJW without he does it in a imagine this, guys. There's a creator out there that confronts that far left garbage without actually mentioning far left garbage. Can you imagine that? Being able to send a message, being able to have a message without directly referencing something. That's amazing. Guys, please support XRL7. Can't wait to see you, Mike. Can't wait to see you on to have you on Rogue Entertainment this week. Marby Dog, what is up, my man? Thank you for being here. He says, Kathleen Kennedy has saved me so much money by destroying Star Wars. Thanks, KK. Love you. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Oh, man. Ain't that the truth? Becky says, Lando was the smoothest man in the galaxy. He also had a ship named Lady Luck. Ain't that some shit, right? Like Lando is smooth enough, was getting laid enough. He doesn't need to be banging toasters. Does not need to. Mr. Tickledrunk said, Billy D. Well, y'all just talking about some Billy. Y'all love their Billy D. Billy D. Williams did an excellent job directing that one episode of Mando 2. The show was a 6-10 for me, but the episode was the show was a 6-10 for me, but the episode was an 8-10. They included that troop transport toy too. That's awesome. Garner what you can, man. Garner what you can like about it. Yeah, I know, brother. I understand that. Yo, what is up, Gaze? Gaze, if you're free, you want to jump in, I'll throw you a link, man. Let me know, dude. See, he says, I'm not creative. Says, I'm on page 5 in terms of writing. I have a long way to go. Plan about 250 to 300 pages. Still trying to figure out in my head. Although, do your outline first. Flow, absolutely flow right, dude. But just try and create an outline with points, with the PowerPoints of the story, which are going to change. The big plot points. I mean, just go ahead and try that. That's just, that's the best way to go about it. What's up, Katie? How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you for being here. Talk says, I still have hope for Star Wars coming back in the right direction. I've been watching Strange New Worlds, which actually feels like Star Trek. Really, it's not great Trek, but it's an improvement. Oh, it's Pope. You think I should watch it? Let me know if you think I should watch it. Maybe I will. If you're telling me that, if a Star Trek fan is telling me that, then that gives me a little bit of hope. Kurtzman Trek, though. Kurtzman Trek is terrible. Let's see. DMs are open. Okay, bro. Look, give me a moment. Give me a moment. I will send it. If Katie's got time, tell her that she can jump on too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Please smash the like button and share out the link. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Why? Hold on. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Got a lot going on. Let me get. Okay. Sent that link out, guys. Give me 1 minute. All right. Good shit. Okay. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. It absolutely is, Chaos. So cocaine is a hell of a drug. Absolutely, my brother. Let's see. Horses for Chaos. Becky, what are you doing? What are you saying? That was Jake Skywalker. Absolutely, Apex. That was Jake Skywalker. That is not somebody I recognize. Yo, dude. He says we turned our chess club into a D&D club. I mean, that's even better, bro. That's absolutely even better. Yeah, Chaos. So leftists are a fanfic cult. They absolutely are. Ain't no damn reading about that. Ain't nothing real about that. He said, if you missed it, Walton loves. I didn't say I loved it. I misread. I misread it. I misread. Jesus, I misspoke. Sorry, I was craziness going on. I misspoke. Okay. All right. No, she's not joking. I was actually saying Return of the Jedi. I was saying Return of the Jedi, and I misspoke and I said The Last Jedi. That happened. That's going to get clipped, and I'm glad I immediately corrected it right after. Let's see. Strange New Worlds. Mr. Tickle Trunk says Strange New Worlds has a lot of issues still. The writing is woke as fuck in a lot of places, but it looks like at times they're actually trying. I mean, you could only hope that it was. I know that Anson Mount has said that he's a fan of the original Trek, and he's definitely made some comments out on social media. He definitely made some comment. Red, please get in here and stop talking trash in the chat. He's definitely thrown shade at the far left, but I mean, so I can only hope that he's doing okay. I can only hope that. I'm Not Creative says, so far I have 3 protagonists and 1 antagonist. That's good, man. That's a good start. You know, that's a good start. Good for you, dude. I'm glad you're out there writing and creating, man. Good for you. We need more creative people out there. We need our own modern myths. That's why I support a lot of the indie comics creators, indie book creators in the community, because that's what we need to do. We need to foster our own modern myths. We need to forge our own empires out there, because what we're getting from the entertainment industry is all full of woke garbage. It's all far leftist nonsense. They're trying to indoctrinate your children. They're trying to make them weird sexualities and make them exposed to groomers. It's awful. It's awful. No, Red gave. Oh God, Red, stop. He said he loves The Last Jedi. We all heard it. Listen, Red, I misspoke. That. That is what happened. Mark Hamill admitted that he was Jake Skywalker in The Last Jedi. Yeah, he did. He had to turn around and pull that back, didn't he? They slapped him. They slapped Mark when he realized how terrible that film was. He couldn't have that. He got paid. You know what I mean? He was getting paid, so they had to come at him and oh Jesus, I can't take a break. Okay. What's up, Angelus? Good to see you, dude. Hail, brother. Good to see you. Yeah. See, Metallicus. Trek has always had that kind of element. Oh, okay, you're talking about, man. He says, "What do you say? I'm busy sun swarming at the moment." Oh, okay. All right, brother. All right. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay. Mr. Tickle Trunk says Strange New Worlds is taken from Roddenberry's notes on the show, as he set up is still written by the same people who did the rest of non-Trek. You know that. All right, let's continue on. All right. Star Wars fear of recasting legacy characters misunderstands Solo's failure. In a recent interview, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy said that the decision to cast a new actor as Han Solo was a mistake. There should have been moments along the way when you learn things. And now it does seem so abundantly clear that we can't do that. You absolutely could have if you had respected the originals in the first place. So people have always been afraid that they were going to recast and create a whole new. I mean, they kind of did it with the cartoon series. I didn't even watch that crap. And then they redid A New Hope of the cartoon because they were trying to just I don't know, fit these characters in a way that makes them the way that they They're trying to change it. They're trying to change those legacy characters. You know, I can't do it. I can't. Oh, hold on. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. So besides the disrespect to show to Alan Oldenreich, who turned in a great performance as Han in Solo, a Star Wars story, it demonstrates a complete misunderstanding of what even went wrong with the whole movie. It was released too soon after Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which was just an awful film. What did you guys think? Did you think that? Did you think Alan did a good job as Han? I was okay with him. I thought it was the story itself, not the characters itself. Hold on, what's going on? Hold on, y'all. I gotta stop for a minute. Sorry, y'all. All right, let's see. Let's see. Who turned the great? What do y'all think? Did you all think he was great as Han? It demonstrates complete misunderstanding of what went wrong with that whole movie. It was released too soon after Star Wars: Last Jedi. Well, if Star Wars: The Last Jedi had been a good film, it wouldn't have been bad. I don't think. Okay, this is the trick, Hollywood. If you create something good, that creates momentum for the next film. Look what the MCU did. And the MCU wasn't perfect. It was not perfect. It did not. There were some films that were better than others. I'm not even talking about the Iron Man series. First one was banging, and it kind of went downhill from there. But it was good enough. And you had like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. When you had not Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like the Captain America films, excellent films. You piggyback off the progression of giving fans what they want, and you will continue on with profitability. The Last Jedi was a shell shock, at least to me. I didn't even know what the hell I saw when I watched that film. So when you've got a recasted Han Solo coming out after you've already destroyed that character in The Force Awakens, and then you destroy another character, no, we don't want to see that. It had nothing to do with Alan Oldenreich himself. It had to do with destroying previous characters. You have no trust. And then you got Dong Lover out there talking about I'm banging toasters. What the? This article is going to give me a brain aneurysm. In the box office shadow of Avengers Infinity War had nothing to do with being in the shadow of Avengers Infinity War. Had nothing to do with it. If you had a great sequel trilogy, you would have had a good reaction to the film itself, but you did not. You attacked the fans. You put in your woke garbage. It's and it earned itself a lot of bad PR due to the highly publicized director change. What? Guys, what? Here's the excuse. It earned a lot of bad PR due to highly publicized director change and extensive reshoots. No, it's because The Last Jedi was garbage. It's because Disney Lucasfilm had been attacking its fans for years. It's because of the over politicization of that woke bullshit inside our stories. It had to do with the destruction of our characters and the continued destruction of our modern myths all throughout, not just Star Wars, but the different genres, with Star Trek, Doctor Who. The list goes on and on and on. These people and those, the people that are in creative positions and those that are writing about these creative decisions are all protecting the same false narrative. All of them. They don't own their shit. They misdirect. The reason that Solo lost money is because you had not given us Star Wars up to that point. And if anything, you would kick the fans in the nuts over and over again. You disrespected them. You served them up to fake, false, and then blame them for it. Had nothing to do with highly publicized director change and reshoots. Man, this dude is covering up. The original version of the movie was set to break outside the Star Wars mold a little bit, thanks to hiring of directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller. And while they could still be a scary prospect, why was it a scary prospect? Didn't they just knock it out the park with the Lego movie? Their track record to that point was great. Their track record up to that point was great, but it would have been scary for someone to do something that would have, pleased the fans. And the Han Solo movie demands more punchy approach. Additionally, it was supposed to be a much lower budget affair and could have even turned a profit if Solo's budget hadn't ballooned thanks to the reshoots. And the takeaway of that movie does not doing well is that audience don't want the actor recast from Harrison Ford, which ignores repeated cases of self-sabotage far greater than anything Alan Aldenreich could have done. The fans are the problem, guys. Your fandoms are the problem. You who love these franchises, who's grown up with them. You who have maybe been brought into them by your father, your mother, your older siblings, someone else, dear friend, a grandparent. Those of you who love these franchises, what they were, and grew up with them, and escaped to them, or looked for hope in them when you were going through tough times in life, you are the problem. Not the producers, not the creatives, the repurposers, not the cultural vandals, not the people who are injecting their own politics, bigotries, and biases on screen to attack you because they look at you, the fan, the customer, in a negative way. It's not them. That's not why it failed. It failed because of you. And that is the continued narrative that we get, especially from writers like this, garbage tier writers like this, that do not have any love whatsoever or understanding for what Star Wars or Star Trek or Lord of the Rings, whatever favorite franchise it is, they will never admit to what the actual issue is because they are so static in their extremism that everyone else outside of their group think is an extremist. And that is why we need to create our own modern myths. That's why you need to support indie creators. That's why you need to support novelists like I'm Not Creative out there, who was definitely creative because he's creating something. That's why you support people like Red Gaze, Nerium Nova, Vinny Art, Chris Fisk. Why you support other creators out there that are forging empires of imagination, who have grown up with the legacies and with the legends that we have loved, the modern myths we have loved, and have also been told that they are garbage because of someone else's projected bigotry and bias. There's a much higher chance that people like that creating our myths today are not going to turn on you or their fans or their supporters because they've already been through it. They understand what happens when people like Kathleen Kennedy take over something that's beloved and destroy it because she's the bigot. It's not the customers. It's not the fans, Mr. Whatever the hell your name is. Kennedy's comments finally confirmed that Lucasfilm's insistence on using CGI version of Luke Skywalker and The Mandalorian, Kennedy didn't even know that was happening, instead of simply casting a new actor, is an overreaction to Solo, A Star Wars Story reception. First off, Kennedy didn't even know that was coming down the pipe. If she had, it would never happen. We already know that. That was Favreau keeping that on ice. And stop trying to take credit for something that you managed to do it, Kennedy. Fuck off. While the idea of digitally replicating actors can work in small doses, such as in Rogue One. Rogue One is the only movie from Disney Star Wars that I like, to be honest with you. Relying on CGI recreations of younger Star Wars actors ensures the franchise will never evolve beyond regurgitating the original trilogy over and over. This dude is not a fan, first off. And you could have recast those characters. You could have recast those parts. You wouldn't even have needed to. You would have never needed to even have the idea to recast any of those parts if you had given us good representations of those characters on screen. True, realistic, depending upon their story arc. You would have knew this conversation wouldn't even be a thing. So it's just hyperbole at this point. And regurgitating the original trilogy over and over. I'm not looking to get for the original trilogy regurgitated over and over. I'm looking for something that inspires me like the original one did, that was creative, that did push boundaries, didn't have your politics and our entertainment. Literally using the video and audio from the original trilogy to craft an artificial Mark Hamill, there's an obvious level of fan service that may appeal to some, but the reliance on digital actors just cannibalizes nostalgia, like this article, which certainly results in diminishing returns when novelty wears off. Once the novelty wears off. Oh, my Lord in heaven. All right, let's go back. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Mr. Tickletrunk. It's your fault. Modern corporate garbage dealers. Absolutely. Thank you, Pale Rider out there, sharing out links for SUNSWORN. Guys, please back SUNSWORN if you have not already. James Hayes, I will praise Twitter if and when Elon Musk takes over and cleans house. Dig that, my man. Dig that. Author Stephen Walton, you mean monster. They are not people. They are monsters. Yeah, isn't that the damn truth? Isn't that the truth? James says, hey, Stephen, all you fine folks in the chat. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you are too, James. Thank you for stopping through. Much love, dude. Much love to you. So the MCU is destroying itself now. Yeah, well, I mean, it's the MCU. That's what we're getting. We'll see. They'll see if I don't think anything's been learned from the destruction of Disney Star Wars. These people, these in creative positions, do not care about destroying. What's up, Cat? Good to see you. Hail, brother. Says he was mad as Han Solo. Yeah, like it was a terrible script. I mean, it wasn't. It was okay. There were parts of it that were okay. Apex. That's how I felt. He said the Disney trilogy doesn't even exist to me. It doesn't really exist to me either, my man. Doesn't really. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Chaos says, well, Disney can go bankrupt. I'm done with their crap. They can. Hopefully they will. And on another note, we should not trust these woke companies anymore that destroy IPs and call fans names. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. All right, let's go a little bit further. I don't know how much more of this I can stomach, but thank you guys. Thank all of you out there in the chat. Please hit that like button, share out the link. I know there are other entertaining people live streaming right now, and I appreciate you being here. One of the more unfortunate ironies in Lucas is Lucasfilm's disconnect from George Lucas's filmmaking approach and his vision for the Star Wars franchise before he sold it to Disney. Let's look at this. Let's read this one more time. One of the more unfortunate ironies is Lucasfilm's disconnect from George Lucas's filmmaking approach and his vision for Star Wars franchise before he sold it to Disney. Okay, they did. Yes, they disconnected when he sold it to Disney. They completely disconnected. They did. Okay, I mean, I don't know about before, but definitely when it was sold. In another interview, Kathleen Kennedy talks about the development process for Rey's parentage, saying anything related to Obi-Wan was off the table because it flies in the face of everything George created in the mythology. So making her a Palpatine, making her the daughter of a failed retard clone, that's totally that's in line with it. That's in line with the. Oh my God, the perspective also widely misses the point. George Lucas refused to uphold such a strict standard for canon. The Vader twist in The Empire Strikes Back. Okay, it goes back to what Obi-Wan said to Luke about his father, the decision to make Luke and Leia siblings. Yeah, I kind of covered that earlier. The prequels, especially, come under fire for this. With a lot of it has been repaired thanks to additional stories in books and animation. It's clear George Lucas wasn't nearly as concerned with canon. It was his shit. He can do whatever he wants with it. George Lucas can do whatever he wants with it. You know what I mean? Additionally, the prequels do a good job of showing the arrogance and blindness of the Jedi, leading to the fall of the Jedi Order. Lucas's portrayal of the Jedi and the fall of Anakin Skywalker is a condemnation of the sanctity of the Jedi Code more than anything else. Oh my God. These people hate tradition. If anything, Obi-Wan's experience with the fall of the Jedi Order would make him less reliant on more legalistic aspect of the Jedi dogma? Okay, hold on. So because of everything that happened, because they were betrayed by the Sith, Obi-Wan should have totally just ditched the idea, the Jedi Code and everything that everything that he was raised with and trained and everything that made him who he was, and start holding orgies with the Sand People. What in the hell? What is I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm, y'all. If you hear something hit the floor and the live stream's still running and you don't hear me, that's what happened. They are jumping through hoops. That isn't to say that Rey being related to Obi-Wan was necessarily a superior story, but that creative decision certainly shouldn't have been based on the Jedi Code or saying Jedi are celibate. Obi-Wan violating that aspect of the Jedi tradition could have been a number of story explanations. Yeah, man got a hard on. I mean, let's face it. You know, some dudes. Sometimes a dude needs to get it wet. From a failure to maintain his commitment to an outright rejection of Jedi legalism. Even if Lucas explicitly said Obi-Wan would never have kids, Lucas would often change his mind and go against his previous. Yeah, he did change his mind quite a bit. I mean, let's be real with that. He went back and forth. Like I said, even with the original trilogy, okay, but that's not a good argument. It's not a good argument for trying to cover up Kathleen Kennedy's inept inability, the complete inability to tell story. Lucas's lack of enthusiasm for the direction of Disney Star Wars is fairly well documented. Yeah, because it sucked. But it's not just a matter of creative decision-making. The entire approach to Star Wars was out of touch with Lucas's filmmaking sensibilities. Yeah, okay. Lucas' 2 Star Wars trilogies are distinctly different. And even with but they were cohesive. And at least they led into one another. Okay. I love Revenge of the Sith. That's my favorite one. But there's a couple things they could have done different. Each Star Wars movie follows a different structure and genre inspiration. I don't know. Is that true? You guys think that? Each one's structured different. It has a different genre inspiration. No, I don't think that's true. Has this dude? Well, you let me know in the chat. You let me know. You're all Star Wars fans here, old school Star Wars fans. You let me know what you think, because I just don't think that that's true. Under Disney, Lucasfilm put a huge emphasis on making Star Wars feel like Star Wars, which is clearly never a motivation for Lucas. Drew fire. What are you talking about? I'm gonna drop kick this writer. Okay, let's go back to the chat real quick. Thank you to the 15 people that are still here. Poor Craftsman blames his tools, just like how a woke corporation blames its customers. Isn't that some shit? That is damn true. I'm listening while gaming, man. What are you gaming? Well, if you're able to say, what are you gaming, brother? Red Gay says we currently have Blood Bomb Bundle on campaign. Last chance to get the first printing of Bonds to Drive, and it's going away soon, guys. Please support my friends over there. Appreciate you. Let's see. Get your sexy pirate book with a mysterious parrot shadow of the Kracken. Great book. Had a chance to read that book. It is awesome. Chaos always says Kathleen Kennedy, aka Calamity Kennedy, is a talentless hack who only knows how to add her name to things that she had nothing to do with. Isn't that the truth? And she can get coffee. She knows how to get coffee. Oh, you playing Final Fantasy? Oh, that's my shit. I love Final Fantasy. What's up, Eldridge? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Hello to you. I think we know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna. Lucasfilm needs to stop listening to the fans, y'all. We get to the meat of the article. We need to skip all that bullshit. Lucasfilm needs to stop listening to fans. You're the problem, guys. You're the issue to these woke corporations. You are the problem, and all their shills in the media. You're the problem. You have the issue. You love this thing too much. You want to see it progress. You want to see stories that make sense. Characters, beloved characters that you have enjoyed over decades of life. You want to see them have great story arcs and endings. You are the problem. That's your problem. Oh my God, why are they doing the Star Wars is one of the most popular brands, was one of the most popular brands. Let's correct that. There's an editing error. ScreenRant, you have an editing error. Paragraph 20, bullshit. To the point where being a Star Wars fan is hardly just a neat niche geek thing. No, it's about banging toasters now. Thank you, Soilo. That popularity over the years means millions of fans. Millions? Are we millions? Does Disney Star Wars have millions of fans? Does it have millions of fans? Thousands of bots, shill writers for garbage to your websites, but doesn't have millions of fans. I think there's an overestimation there. I think there's a little bit of an overestimation there. Multiple generations share similar entertainment touchstones, but it also means that there's a lot of people with strong opinions about Star Wars, and they're not all good. But the chaos of the Star Wars discourse isn't isolated to just online fandom groups. It also penetrates office water cooler talk, particularly topics like Disney's approach to the sequel trilogy and the handling of Luke Skywalker in these movies. Oh, you admitted to one damn thing. I'm glad that you understood at least one damn thing should have been the point of the article. There's a variety of opinions on each movie and show. The conversation tends to be split into pro and anti crowd when it comes to Disney Star Wars. with each side hoping Lucasfilm created decisions will align with their vision of the franchise. And Lucasfilm attempts to satisfy many of these. No, they don't try to attempt to satisfy. They are not. Many of these opinions of the franchise after the polarizing reception of the cinematic turd, the most beautifully crafted cinematic turd of all time, The Last Jedi, resulting in an overly safe conclusion to the Skywalker saga. Overly safe. Guys, in the chat, if you've actually stayed with me, thank God for you. Can you please describe, what would you call the rise of Palpatine? What would you call that? Would you call that an overly safe conclusion to a Skywalker saga? Can you give me your description, and I will read them as we wipe this from our faces. Going back to George Lucas, it's always important to remember just how he derided his creative decisions were, even back to the original trilogy when The Empire Strikes Back, criticized for being too different from the first movie. Was it criticized for being too different? I thought it was the best freaking Star Wars. I think it's like the best, rated the best out of every Star Wars film. I thought Empire was like, that's it, that's top, that's the top. I love that movie. Or an introduction to the Ewoks, Return of the Jedi. I did mention them Ewoks earlier, but I still love Return of the Jedi. Not The Last Jedi, Return of the Jedi. All right, stop picking on me. This never deterred Lucas, which is most prevalent with the prequels, where elements that outraged fans, such as Jar Jar Binks, were embraced throughout the trilogy. Jar Jar even had a historic role at the end of the Galactic Republic. What else are they going to do with him? They said, all right, Jar Jar's an idiot. We're just going to use this idiot to facilitate this. Oh, God. So, looking the way Lucas moved forward with the prequels, ignoring demands from audiences to rely less on digital technology and write out Jar Jar Binks. Meanwhile, after The Last Jedi, Lucasfilm totally overhauled The Rise of Skywalker and virtually wrote out Kelly Marie Tran's Rose out of the franchise because they were standing with her. Oh, God. Where do you guys see the Kelly Marie Tran article in Volume 2? Because if any of you weren't around during that time, there was such a false narrative crafted around this poor woman of bigotry and exclusion and just all kinds of garbage shit. And then she actually, after like a year, she came out, I think it was to the New York Times. It was New York Times, and she talked about that era, and like basically corrected the story. It was like, no, it wasn't the fans that came at me. It was Hollywood. Hollywood is biased and bigoted. And true to form, that newspaper presented it in a way that that's not what she was saying. She was talking about the Star Wars fans or bigots. God, 2018, 2019. They were a hell of a year. But if it wasn't for those years, we wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for those years, if it wasn't for all that crap, we wouldn't be here with each other. Which fellowship wouldn't exist. We were all attacked by this media, by the far left media, people in Hollywood, woke companies, sequestered by Facebook if you had the wrong opinion, or Twitter, labeled bots. You don't have an opinion. You're just a bot. Instead of relying on storytellers to tell stories, they relied on repurposers. Lucasfilm is too preoccupied and constrained by the opinions of critics and audiences. They ain't been for years, placing more importance on making Star Wars give people the same feeling it did 20 years ago than making a new Star Wars movie. How about staying consistent? Just staying consistent. It's the fans' fault. This writer, the fans' fault. While Lucasfilm is making popular streaming Star Wars series for Disney Plus, the lack of theatrical Star Wars is like the brand is treading water and coasting on spinoffs out of fear of making another polarizing movie. Everything they do is destructive at this point. Like, there's very few things, I think. I mean, there's very few. I've gotten some, I've gotten a few moments from different Disney Star Wars productions, but I mean, overall, it's like, it's garbage. Overall, like, you can't get away from the stink. You cannot. I'm not even reading the rest of it. You cannot get away from the stink of what they did. You can't get away from it. You screwed it up from the beginning. The moment that you thought that it'd be a terrible idea not to have the original characters together, The moment you believed that, he's completely throwing away the treatments, the sequel trilogy treatments that George Lucas had. And those treatments was like what were they, like $500 million or like $500,000, wasn't it? It was like $500,000 or something. I need to write something like that. That didn't matter. What the fans' expectations didn't matter. You can subvert expectation and do it in a right way. You can do it in a good way. You can absolutely do that. The original trilogy did that. Empire Strikes Back did that. But not when it's at the cost of creativity, and not when it's done for the reasons of going after fans. Take care of Stickle Trunk. Thank you for stopping through. The media can go suck an egg. Lucasfilm needs to stop listening to their customers. The dumbest thing you could have ever typed there. Absolutely. And that is the problem. You hear, we're all ists and phobes. That's right, Aster. The moment a company decides to attack its own fans or its own customers, the moment when you are working on a production and you're like, well, if the fans don't like this, it's because they're bigots or they're racists or they're hiding in their basements or whatever narrative it is, whether it's a game company, whatever the production is, you've lost. You're attacking your customer base. You've already lost, and that's the end of the story. There's no other way to look at it. I am heading out here soon, but Brutal Morningwood says, which version of fans? The ones that read because Kylo Ren and Rey aren't together in real life? Yeah. Having to go through all that again for Volume 2 was actually hysterical for me this time. Because it's like, before it was just like, you disgusting pieces of crap. I was just very caught up in the emotion of it. But now that I'm going back over it and looking through all that, hail the Data Racer, by the way. What a great archive. But going through all that now is just like, I'm laughing at it. It's ridiculousness. Pale Rider says, if people like Disney Star Wars, I hold no grudge against them. They can have the new Star Wars. I hope they enjoy it. I really don't care anymore. That's what most people are like right now. They they don't care about it. I love me some Ewoks. Well, good. You love yourself some Ewoks there, Angelus. What's up? What is up? Time Prophet. Good to see you, dude. Who cares about trans? What, Kelly Marie Tran? It's a shame. It's a shame what they did. She was another token, just like John Boyega was. They just threw a token out there to take in a negative direction or make a joke out of, and then use their skin tone or their nationality, their color, whatever, to beat other people over the head. Like the real racists are at Disney, not the fans. Like the real bigots are at Disney. What's up, Small Town Republic? Good to see you. If they'll make a good movie, they'll have nothing to fear. That's it. And that's exactly it, my friend. James Hayes says, I'm tired of trash writers trying to subvert my expectations and deconstruct my heroes. Exactly, my brother. Ray Liotta just died. Wonder if he had what? Did Ray really? I gotta check that out, man. Thanks for the update. Walton, you've been sticking to 7 plus chicks, right? Don't disrespect your feed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I'm more concerned with work at the moment, getting my bills paid and writing at the moment than I am any of that, to be honest with you. Speaking of that, guys, if you could, I'm hitting tough times. I'm working my ass off. Got contracts coming up next month, getting back to what I usually do, my usual work. But I need a little bit of help. Pinned in the chat is a GoFundMe. If you guys could give $5, $10, whatever it is, if you could share it out on your social media, I greatly appreciate it. I just need a little bit of help. I just need to get through like the next 2 weeks. That's all I need, is to get through the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to be all right. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for supporting me. Thank you for putting it out there. And yeah, man, sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we fall in hard times. Sometimes we trust the wrong people. Sometimes we get taken by a con artist. Anything can happen in this life. But every now and again, we need some help. Right now, I need some help, and I really appreciate you guys if you could in any way. Thank you very much. Yes, Pope Metallica's clean your peen. I need to get back to saying that again. Oh, man. Red Gaze's birthday stream is coming up tomorrow, by the way, speaking of where that all started. Guys, please go check out Gaze. Please support him. Support Miriam Nova. Support Minnie Tartamel, Chris Fix. Support I'm Not Creative when he comes out with his book. Support people like Time Prophet, another writer in the community. Yo, what's up? Good to see you, Papa Cotton. Support all of our all of our good people out in this, in our fellowship, or anybody that you enjoy, please, if you would, my friends, your favorite 2 or 3 YouTubers, share out links to their channels. If somebody out there needs some help, there's a GoFundMe or some kind of charity that's out there that somebody needs help at the moment, please share that out, man. Be good to each other. Like sharing something, even whether it's a campaign or a YouTube channel or somebody that needs help, that can mean the difference. It can mean the difference between someone being able to make it or not. And that's what we do around here. We support each other. We do well for each other. We keep growing and progressing and moving forward for one another. And I never want to lose that. I am so very blessed for each and every one of you. I'm very blessed for every subscriber, every person who stayed with me, every person that likes or the hate watches or shares out links to my videos. I greatly appreciate you. It's been a wild journey these last 3 years, and I've made some good friends, had some ups, and I've had some downs. The reason that I keep coming back is because of all you in the chat. You're the reason. Whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're just whether you own your own company, whether you're producing a comic, if you're just somebody cruising through and getting your entertainment from YouTubers. Thank you guys very much. You are as much a part of the growth and everything that I've been able to do with this channel, my books, my life for the last 3 years, and I greatly appreciate you. Thank you very much for being here. And yeah, I know I've been working so much, Horny Alf. I ain't been able to, but I will. We're gonna get into a StreamYard together. That's the only way it's gonna happen. We're gonna have to set aside a time to get into a StreamYard together and watch that show. That is what's gonna happen. Because I'm gonna do this, Horny Alf. I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make it happen. My love to you guys. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian. Your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters, fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass, be good to each other, and support independent creators.